The topic I'm gonna talk about in chapter 2 is called evolutionary explanation for behavior. And the evolutionary explanation for disgust posits that disgust evolved as a protective mechanism against the risk of disease. This hypothesis, put forth by Curtis, Unger, and Rabi in 2004, was supported by 5 key conditions. The first one is that disgust should be more intense when exposed to disease salient stimuli compared to less salient stimuli. And the second one is that disgust responses should be consistent across different culture. And the third one is that disgust should be more pronounced in females as they have the added responsibility of protecting their offspring. Disgust should diminish as an individual's reproductive potential declines with age. Disgust should be stronger in response to stranger compared to close relatives because stranger can potentially carry novel pathogens. And the research conducted by Curtis, Unger, and Rabi to test this hypothesis involved a survey with over 40,000 respondents from 165 countries. Results from their study provided strong support for all 5 hypotheses. The first one is that disease salient stimuli were rated as more disgusting than less salient one, confirming the first condition. The consistence of disgust responses across different cultures supported the second condition. Females consistently rated disease salient stimuli as more disgusting than males, confirming the third condition. The study revealed an age-based decline in sensitivity to disease salient stimuli aligned with the fourth condition, and participants' responses regarding whom they would be less likely to share a toothbrush with them demonstrated that disgust is more pronounced in contact with strangers than with relatives, confirming the fifth condition. And the criticisms of evolutionary explanation in psychology. It raises several important limitations and concerns regarding the application of evolutionary explanation in the field of psychology. These critiques are as following. The first one is called massive modularity versus neuroplasticity. Evolutionary psychology posits the existence of highly specialized mental models that have evolved to perform specific functions. However, the concept of neuroplasticity, which allows the brain to change throughout an individual's lifetime, challenging the notion of strict modularity. The boundaries between modules can blur due to neuroplasticity, questioning the extent to which these models truly exist. And the second one is called speculation about the environment. Evolutionary explanations rely on knowledge of the environments in which human traits evolved. Unfortunately, our understanding of the specific environments in which Homo sapiens evolved as a species is limited, which makes such of the reasons in evolutionary psychology speculative. The third one is called testability. Critics argue that evolutionary explanations are often difficult, if not impossible, to test, leading to accusation of ad hoc reasoning or just so stories. These explanations are sometimes seen as crafting irreversible narrative to explain observed phenomenon, which can be applied to almost any behavior. And the fourth one is called assumption about linearity of development. Evolutionary explanation assumes that traits gradually evolve to serve specific function. However, they may have initially evolved for different purpose and later adopted to their current function. This concept, known as expectation, challenges the linear development assumption. And the fifth one is called cultural variation. The existence of cultural variations in traits constructed the notion that these traits develop as universal adaptation to common challenges faced by humans as a species, while some argue that different geographical groups face distinct environmental challenges. This weakens the evolutionary argument. And the last one is called adaptation versus other evolutionary mechanism. Distinguishing between genial adaptation and other evolutionary mechanisms such as genetic drift and spandrels can be challenging. Spandrel, for instance, are traits that evolved as byproducts of other characteristics and may not have had a specific adaptive purpose. And despite these limitations, evolutionary psychology is considered a promising field because it offers a theoretical framework that integrates diverse observation and knowledge about human behavior. It provides a unifying framework for understanding psychological phenomenon. Even so, it faces ongoing scrutiny and debate. Evolutionary psychology is seen as potential candidate for filling the gap of an overarching theory in modern psychology.